Greetings people, I'm Fox, and today we're going to be taking a look at a new mod called DruidCraft. Now this is actually quite a big mod, and however I must note that it's not as of yet finished. So there's also a lot of new things that are work in progress, and there is a tab for it. I'm not going to show anything from there because of course they're work in progress. They might not be working, so you know. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at what is working and what is intended to be in the game as of yet. First and foremost, let's take a look at the new blocks and everything else, new ores, and well, a lot of other things. First and foremost, let's take a look at the new biome. This is called the Darkwood Forest, and no, it is not the Dark Forest from actual Minecraft. It is somewhat a mix between jungle, the dark forest, and of course the giant taiga tree biome. It actually looks really interesting, and I quite like it. Though I must admit that there may be some new plants in here because it does actually look pretty dull, and it does look good, but it does look pretty dull, or just something of a new type of item spawning here, or just coarse dirt, because as if you remember, the giant taiga tree biome has a lot of these moss rocks, of course. That is good, but I must see some kind of different dirt, different new plants. Now I'm not telling what the mod creator to actually do, but I want to see some of the new things I just mentioned in the Dark Forest, because it does look good, but it does have a kind of an unfinished look. Anyway, let's take a look at what the Dark Wood has to offer. Of course, who could guess the Dark Wood has a lot of different variants: doors, trapdoors, the stripped darkwood logs, the darkwood wood. Yep, it's called darkwood wood. The stripped darkwood wood. Also planks, buttons, fences, gates, and pressure plates. And there's also a different type of tree called the elder tree in the game, and as you can see, it has some pretty cool plants going on it. We're going to be taking a look at the plants just in a few seconds or a few minutes. So of course there's also the or the elder wood, the elder logs. I switched the two up, I'm sorry. Of course, the stripped elder logs, the stripped elder wood. We also have some planks. We also have some doors, trapdoors, buttons, fences, gates, and pressure plates, which is pretty interesting. Now, as you might have seen, I also had a pretty big line of wood here. This is actually a new type of wood that the creator added. This is the beam woods. There exists one for all of the woods there has to exist, such as jungle, birch, spruce, oak, acacia, dark wood. Wait, no, dark oak. Sorry, the elder and the dark wood. Now they also have this kind of darkwood beam, which is interesting because it's actually smaller than it, and it is called small darkwood beam. Now, usually, what this has to offer is that it actually looks pretty cool. It looks somewhat of a fence, but they can't connect up, and however, yes, you can go between them. Now you can actually connect ropes, which is a new item in the mod, together to make some pretty interesting looking fences. Now what I really want to see is that they actually don't really have the connectivity down there, but you can use a knife. You can actually make the knife this way to basically, oh, yeah, I have to be in survival for this, to basically modify how the rope looks. So you can, I'm not sure how I can actually do this, because I can just destroy it. Ah, there we go. And I can click on a side of this to make it go away. No, I'm not sure, because I actually tried this out, but there we go. I didn't really get to understand how this works, because now I don't have an idea how to make it go back. So if there we go, you have to click at the end of this, and then we have a somewhat connected logs, which is actually pretty interesting. Now, as you can see, we also can climb these ropes. Now we're going to be taking a look at the crafting recipes of literally everything at the middle, or probably at the end of the video. But first off, I really want to show everything of this mod has to offer. As you can see, there are 4 new ores, which we're going to be taking a look at just now. There's the Ember Ore, which can be crafted into the Ember blocks, which is, yes, see-through. The Ember Ore drops the Ember, which makes sense, and I believe it is affected by fortune. Now we also have the Moonstone, which looks like this, and it looks quite good. It's quite neat. It has a really shiny look to it, and I like it. It also isn't see-through if you haven't seen. Next is fire glass, which is interestingly not see-through, but rather has a more different type of use. So if I just go into what is it, times at night, you can see that there isn't any lanterns. Okay, there is one here, but there isn't any lanterns nearby. As you can see, the fiery glass or block of fire glass lights up the place. So if I just put it down here, it lights up quite well. And of course I use Optifine, so it is glowing in my hand too. So let's get back to it. I'm going to place back this ceramic lantern right there. I'm going to be taking a look at what that is in a second. So time set day, just because the last one is the rockroot ore, which can be crafted in the rockroot block, and it looks like this. It is actually mostly used in some of these crafts. So let's take a look at the newer armor sets and everything else. First, the first armor set that the mod has to offer is the bone armor. It looks pretty interesting. Of course, it can be made from bones, and it usually has the normal crafting of the usual amounts of items, such as 4 items for a bone boot, 7 for a legging, 5 for a helmet, and 8 for a chest plate. Now, it also looks pretty interesting in here. It is somewhat sturdier than iron, and also has quite a good protection against any damage. It also has new items, or well, mostly new items. These are the usual weapons such as sword, shovel, bone pickaxe, and everything else. Let's take a look at how you can craft them. Who could have guessed you can use bones and a stick, and mostly the recipes are the same for everything else, but I'm going to cycle through them just in case. There's also a new item the mod adds called the bone sickle, or not even bone, but every single type of ore such as gold, iron, diamond. I believe netherite also has a version of this. We're going to be taking a look at that in a few seconds. So this is how you craft it, by the way. And of course, the bone shield. It has a different craft than the normal shields, so you can use any type of wood with 3 bones to create the bone shield. Now, you might want to see this, so I'm just going to go in here, and it's not the biggest. It's actually quite small compared to the other shields the mod adds, and compared to the normal mod or the unmodded shield. It is actually quite small. Let's put the armor back here, and the next one is the Kitten Set, which is actually pretty cool looking. Kitten is found by killing beetles, which we're going to be taking a look at in this video, and it adds also 3 armor toughness, or +3, and 1 armor toughness. Now if I wear this, I will become a beetle, one with the beetle. It looks pretty cool. It also adds a new shield called a Kitten Shield. You will need 4 iron nuggets and 1 kitten, and this is how it looks. It's actually quite big, not gonna lie. Yeah, I quite like it. It looks really good compared to the normal shield. I'm not sure how good this is, but it does look good. Let's put these back, and let's put the shield back. And lastly, we have the Moonstone set, which looks really cool actually. The moonstone can be actually mined only with diamond armor or diamond pickaxes, but it is better than diamond in itself. It can be crafted with 4 moonstone and the usual amount of items: 7 for the leggings, 8 for the chestplate, and 5 for the helmet. And this is how you look. You look pretty neat. It almost looks like a diamond armor somewhat, with a lot of ropes, and I genuinely really like it. You also have the tools of this: the moonstone sword, the shovel, the pickaxe, the axe, the hoe, and the sickle. Also, a shield. You might be asking yourself, where is the kitten stuff, such as swords or kitten tools, basically? They don't exist. The mod doesn't really have them. Anyway, the shield looks really good. However, there is a bit of clipping with the armor, but it doesn't really matter. It looks really shiny and I quite like it. Let's take a look at the craft, by the way. You will need 6 iron ingots and 1 moonstone to craft this, which is quite cool. Let's put these armors back here. Boop up, boop up. There we go. Let's put this back here. Okay, cool. Now let's take a look at the new food items the mod actually has to offer. There is quite several of these, which is the blueberries, the elderberries, and the elderflower. Now to get the elderflower, I must go into survival, so I can actually pick this off. Now this must be grown to get this off, so this is, I believe, the most grown state. That's not the one I wanted. This is H3, yes. This is H1, and I believe that's, oh, there we go, that's H2. So H3 has to be the flower, it has to be grown to H3, so you can actually harvest these. Now you can eat them, of course, but I don't really have any hunger, so yeah. The next one is the blueberries. As you can see, blueberries are somewhat of the normal sweet berries. Of course, they will slow you down, but because they don't have thorns, they won't damage you. You can actually harvest these, and they will give quite a bit of a harvest. Now, I believe the harvest doesn't really depend on what state they are. You can also blend them by using the sweet berries. And the last one is the elderberries, which I tried to put down in several ways. However, I did not find a way to use to put it actually down. Now you also have the blueberry muffin, which you can make by using wheat, sugar, egg, and a blueberry. You also have the apple elderberry crumble, which just sounds really nice. We have the elderberries, an apple, sugar, and 2 wheat, and the elderflower cordial. You will need an uncraftable potion, which is interesting because I believe this should actually be a water bottle and a sugar and a elderflower. Now this is all the foods the mod has to offer, so let's take a look at the next few set of items. Let me go back into creative. And the next set of few items has to be the crates. Now the crates are basically storage items. You can actually see that these are multi-block items, and yeah, they have a lot of things you can keep in them. Now there's, I believe, 4 states of these. This is the normal, the 2 block, the 4 block, and the 8 block. You also see that if I hold the item, I actually can make it so I can put some of these back on each other, just because it says right here, multi-block crates. You cannot open other crates while this is in hand to make placing easier. And yeah, 8 crate is actually really big. Now the craft is like this. You can actually use any type of wood, and I believe in any shape. So this may be an oak, this may be a spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark oak, crimson, wart, and anything else like that. Okay, that should be for the crates, I believe. There's also a new item called the woodcutter, and as you guys might have guessed, let me just get some normal wood, some oak planks for, let's say, and you can craft basically anything from this. There's a lot of things you can actually make, and I actually forgot to mention oak panels. Not even oak panels, but all of the different panels the mod has to offer. There's about everything for every single oak type, wood type, excluding crimson and warped, which is quite sad. So it looks quite good. It's basically just a flooring and also you can use them for walls, which is really good. I really like the coloration of these. Anyway, let's take a look at the next new items, the Lavender, which is pretty cool. It is basically a new plant, and as you can see, I can put these down, and yes, if you harvest them with hand, you will get these bunches of lavenders. Now, I did not plant them here. You can actually find the lavender in basically the whole world. And as I put them back, they will go with different colorations. So there's a bit more darker purple, or a bit more bluish, I'd say. It's also really purple, a pinkish, and this is actually, I believe, not the two of the same color, though I might just be seeing things, but they do seem to be rather bluish. Anyway, this is all the What's the right game of creative the Lavender has to offer. We're going to be taking a look at the crafts, of course. We also have two different types of new lanterns, which we're going to be taking a look at just now. So let me grab the other one because I didn't want to place it down here because it does something to the plants. Now, if I can actually find it, give me a second. There we go. The Lamp of Growth. So these are basically somewhat a decorational blocks. You can actually put these onto ropes. Not just this, but the normal lantern too. So if I grab some rope and just magically place them right like this, you can also climb them. Just mentioning right now, but you can also climb them. So gravity doesn't really affect the ropes because fuck gravity in Minecraft apparently. You can also see that they are attached to the lantern now. You can also attach the ceramic lantern and the lantern of growth, or the lamp of growth, sorry, which has some pretty cool particles. Now to craft these, you must use 4 rock roots, 4 emeralds, and a blaze powder to craft the lamp of growth. And for the ceramic lantern, you will need 4 bricks and a coal or charcoal. Now the normal lantern is, of course, it's in Minecraft, so I don't really have to show off that. So if you go here, you can see the plants are not really growing that fast. However, if I put this here and wait a second, you can probably see that they will start to growing a bit faster. Now the tick speed is, I believe, at normal. I'm not sure, but it should be at normal. And let's just check the info. Accelerates the growth of plants and baby animals within 5x5x5 area. Basically a 5x5 cube. I guess we're going to be waiting here for a long time. I'm not even sure if it should be on the normal. Was it what? I think it should be on the normal tick speed. I believe it's on 3, which is, as I remember, the normal tick speed. Well, you can trust me, and the mod creator itself. It accelerates the plant growth and the baby animal growth by in a 5x5 area. However, it doesn't specify by how much. So yeah, that's quite interesting. We also have 2 new different, or well, actually one new plant called Hemp. Now, let me get some hole and let me show this off. So if I go near a water source, right about here, I can actually plant the hemp right here and use some bone meal to skip the waiting time. Now hemp can actually grow into 2 blocks, or 2 blocks that is 2 high, or 2 block high. Yeah, there we go, that's the word. And this is how the fully grown hemp looks. If I go into survival, I can actually harvest this and we'll get 1 hemp from this. It's industrial, I swear. Yes, if you didn't know, hemp is basically wheat, and hemp is mostly used to craft ropes, which I'm going to show you just now. Hemp is basically, yes, used to craft ropes. You will need 3 hemp to create 1 rope, which is not the best actually. It should have been that the hemp plant gives a bit more than it has to, but you know, that's all we got now. So I believe that should be almost all of the items that I actually wanted to show off in the whole of everything. Oh yes, I also must mention that there are 2 new new type of somewhat stone-like item, which is the mud blocks. You actually have wet and dry However, there is mostly wet is only one block, and the dry is of course a wall, a brick or stair, and a slab. Now, to get these, you will need dirt. Wow, pretty cool. I know. Now, to get dry or dry mud bricks, I believe you actually have to either smelt them or just put them down into the just here. They're also really slimy sounding, which I don't really like. And if I accelerate, let's see, what was it? I forgot what was it called. Give me a second. Random tick speed, that's the one. Random tick speed by 1000. You can see that it dries out really quickly, and this is how you can actually get dried mud blocks and create some other really cool stuff. Let me put it back to normal, which I believe is actually 3. And this is the last item I actually forgot to mention whilst using the fiery items. This is a fiery torch. You will need 1 fiery glass and 1 stick to create 4 of these bad boys. And a little bit brighter than a regular torch, and waterproof too. So I've put this down, and let's check the light level. It should be 15, which is interesting because I believe that the normal torch has yeah, it's 15 too. And I'm not sure if the light level is somewhat bigger, or the light area is somewhat bigger, but I don't see that it is. Okay, it is. Yes, it is somewhat bigger. Yes, it is somewhat bigger than the normal torch. As it might said, it's waterproof too, so that's pretty cool. You can use torches underwater now. Okay, I think that should be all that I really wanted to mention. I didn't forget anything. Next, oh yeah, the bedrocks. Bedrocks are basically just compact beds. You can use, or you have to use, wheat and a wool type. And you can see that there's actually 16 different wool coloration. And if I put this bad boy down, I can sleep in this. And there we go, it's daytime now. Cool. Now I can actually use the traveler pack, which I actually forgot to mention once again, as a somewhat of a small backpack. And yes, as you can see, it has a hole for bedrocks, and it looks different now. And I'm not sure what this place has to be, but it doesn't really I don't think that I can actually put anything in there. I tried blocks, but I want to show off that I tried blocks. I tried almost everything, but I believe that this is not finished yet, and there may be something new, something interesting to this. You can also see that, yeah, basically that's it. You can actually put down the bedroll, or just get the bedroll out of here and put it down, which is basically a way to keep it in the inventory of this. I'm not sure if I'm actually missing something like with this. No, I don't think I am with the traveler pack. So yeah, traveler pack is basically a small backpack. Now now let's go into the next few set of things, which are the mobs. There are currently 3 new mobs that the mod adds, and I have to go into normal at least for this to work. Because these, one of the two, not even one of the two, but 2 of the 3 new mobs are actually hostile. Let's take a look at the first one, the Dreadfish. Now this is it's a fish, and also it burns on the burns. Yep. So if I put them into the water, they should be just moving around as normal fish. And if I go into survival mode, I believe they should be hostile towards me, but yeah, okay, ow. Okay. They don't really seem to be moving, which is interesting, because I didn't really see any other videos on them moving either. Now, I actually think that I can put these bad boys into the sky. Yeah, huh. Oh, apparently they can actually move. Good to know, they can actually move. And as you can see, they will burn in the sunlight, making them basically a somewhat of a undead mob. As you can see, they can also drop bones, and a new item called Purple Soulfire. You can actually turn this into different colors, and if you tame Dreadfish, where I believe prismarine crystals to be exact, and use let's say light blue dye on this bad boy. So you go in here and tame this guy. I can actually go in the water and you can see that this is actually purple now. But if I use a light blue, it will turn light blue. And if I kill this poor soul, which is interesting because it actually has the normal sound of a Minecraft Steve getting killed. Let me tame you. Okay, come here, buddy. Sadly, it did not drop. It doesn't seem to be 100% drop for the Soulfire. Okay, I'm not even going to try to do this. So you can actually craft a Soulfire with a color of your choice. Let's say a light blue color. You can actually turn this into light blue Soulfire, which is pretty cool. Soulfire is mostly used as a decoration item too. So if I use let's say these three, I can put these down. As you can see, they are just basically particles, which is actually really cool looking. They can also light up an area, which is good to know. The next one is the infamous Beetle I mentioned with the Armour. Beetle is, well, quite a big boy. He's really chunky and of course is hostile towards me. Yeah, he will also lounge at me, which is actually a pretty interesting attack, and they are quite slow. Ow. No, bad. Now you can actually tame these boys with golden apples, and to heal them you can actually use normal apples, which is good because you don't really have to craft a lot of those anymore. And you can also use a saddle to ride them, and use a chest if I can find it. If I can find the chest, there we go, to keep some storage in there. So if you can come here, boy, it will take a few apples to feed him and put a saddle on him. You can also put chests on him. Give me a second, I'm struggling. There we go. Now we have a fully functional delivery beetle, I'd say. It's a delivery beetle. He's also pretty big, and now he's a bit faster. His legs are also going really wonky with this, but I like it. He's a beetle boy. He's a beetle. Okay, I'm going to put you down here, and if I sadly slay my little beetle, which also has the normal Steve hurt sound, which is weird, I will get nothing for now because it is a rarer drop than anything of the else. So if I take some time to kill this boy, yeah, there we go. I got 2 kittens, which is not bad for all of what I had to do. Now this is, I believe you can actually find these guys in caves, but I'm not sure because I did read about it and I did try to find anything about it, but I did not seem to find any beetles in caves. There's also one last mob called the Lunar Moth, which have 6 different colorations. Some of them are pretty rare. There we go, we have pink, and I believe the last one should be blue. Oh, there we go, that's the last one. They're all quite rare. And where oh, there we go, that's the one. It's a cyan. It's a cyan boy. Okay, so basically they're not hostile, and they mostly are for capturing and just, you know, putting them into certain situations. And you can actually capture them with, I believe, a normal bottle. So if I just go up to them, hey buddy, come. Okay, let's see, let's put this guy in here. There we are. You can actually use a normal bottle to capture them, and using crouch while placing, trying to place it down, you can place down the lantern. As you can see, the moth, yeah, there he is. That's a moth. It will slowly go around the whole jar and make an appearance. And as you might have guessed, there's also 6 of these. Now one last thing I wanted to mention, that the knife also has a crafting recipe, but I think I forgot to mention that. We also have the Lunar Moth eggs, which I believe is what you get for killing them or just breeding them. Anyway, I think that should be it. That should be all. Well, thank you for watching. I was WaterFox, and well, well, then, yeah, goodbye. Hopefully this video somewhat helped, and hopefully it wasn't as half-baked as it usually is, and hopefully it really helped. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.